wanted to address the Atkins Recharge Concept Project this morning and ask you to ask staff to take another look at that project, particularly the scope of work of that project. I think that's a really critical project that I think could do some great things for the district, but in its current configuration, I have some real concerns about it. And one of those concerns is the limited area that are going to be evaluated for recharge projects. The memorandum that came out listed 5 sources of water. Only one of those was in the Swanee River Water Management District. The other sources were in St. John's. One of the issues I have is related to the cost of some of the projects that they're looking at, potential cost. They're looking at 10 million gallon a day projects to use treated wastewater as a recharge project. If you do something at 10 million gallon a day, it's really cost prohibitive because the unit cost is so high. The other thing that's important to recognize is a 10 million gallon a day project is essentially insignificant in terms of recharge. If you took that 10 million gallons and spread it over Bradford County, which is only a small part of the region, it would be the equivalent of less than 1 inch of rain. And the impact on the groundwater would be somewhere between 3 and 6 inches increase. So it's a very costly way of getting very little water back into the aquifer. I'm afraid that the same kind of relationship would occur from projects that would impound water along any of the along the Swanee, because again, those are so expensive in terms of gallons of water to put back into the aquifer is very limited. The concept I don't see being included in the project is the one that you've already demonstrated works, which is the installation of ditch plugs and drained wetlands, like it has occurred in the Mallory Swamp, where you in fact do get a significant benefit. And those are, again, fairly inexpensive and very effective. And this is where I have one of the problem with the scope of work, is that it limited the areas where these projects could go to areas that were publicly owned lands. Bradford County, Union County, and some of the surrounding counties have thousands of acres of drained wetlands that are owned by large timber companies or large landowners. And all of those would be suitable sites for this type of recharge project. And I think it would be very cost effective, and probably all that the district would have to do would be to compensate those landowners for their ecological services, i.e. the recharge. To make those projects work, you wouldn't have to actually buy the land, you just have to compensate the owners. And I hope that's where the major change in the scope of work, I think, needs to be made, is to allow the contractor to look at lands other than publicly owned lands. The other issue that I have is that some of the data presented in that technical memorandum, and one that always sort of raises a red flag to me is when a document doesn't contain Brooks Sink, which is a major sinkhole in Bradford County. And when that's not in a document, that tells me that somebody's not doing their homework. And that was the case with that technical memorandum. And that sinkhole happens to be in one of these potential high recharge areas that could be used. It's on Rainier property in this case. There's also some concerns that I have about how there's a map that's used a lot. It relates to the pre-development levels of the upper Florida aquifer. And if you go back to the original publication where that map is presented, you find out that those are not measurements, those are potentiometric lines that were drawn as a result of a simulation. So we really don't have a good idea of what the pre-development groundwater levels were. And it's important to recognize what they're talking about. Pre-development there is not building development. That's the use of the Florida aquifer. And I'd hope that, again, that you could encourage a better review of the literature for that project, so we have good data and it could proceed on sound science rather than some information I think that's not quite accurate.